What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back at again with another review, so let's just get straight into it. This review is for the Shadow of Rose DLC for the Resident Evil Village game. It came out just recently. I played through it all on stream. I had a really good fun time doing it, even though there was some parts in it that really triggered me because I have really bad fears of mannequins and dolls. There are shorts of that, so you guys can check that out. Laugh at me being a dork. That's great. We'll get straight into it. Accessibility. This game does great on the accessibility side on pretty much every platform except for PlayStation, because they don't have other controllers out there that support accessibility features. You need to have a third-party controller to do that, and because Sony don't have any released licenses for that yet, you can only get stuff like scuff controllers and stuff of that ilk to be able to have a full level of accessibility in a controller format. They do support all the colorblind subtitles and all that stuff. Brilliant job from Capcom as always. But the accessibility side on Sony's behalf, the controllers, is not good. You have to just make do. It sucks, but it is what it is. They do have a new controller coming out soon, the DualSense Edge, which is a ridiculous price of £210. I will definitely try and get one for the channel if I can, so I can review it for you guys. But it's one of those, whether we can get it and reevaluate it retroactively, I'll try and do like a follow-up with that, and I'll let you guys know. But as always, guys, I try and always give you all the breakdown spoiler free and make sure that it's all done in a format that you can get each piece of information as you want. So we'll get straight into the review now. Thank you for being here. I will try and leave a link down below for everything so you can check that out. But here is my opinion on this. This is not a good DLC in regards to that it is a reuse of assets for most of the game. There is nothing new, and there's no new space. It's just a mindscape within the village biome, and for that matter, I feel like it is a very mediocre at best in that regard. The gameplay, they did a very good job. I do like the way that Rose works within the game and the powers that she has and how they take an effect and change the dynamic of the gameplay, especially in regards to dealing with enemies. Whilst Rose isn't as nigh on indestructible as Ethan was in the main game and in Village and in Biohazard, there's a reason for that. Obviously, if you don't know the lore, I can go into that in another video. Just let me know down in the description and I'll explain all the lore behind it and all the theories. But the main reason behind it from the perspective of the gamer is that you are Ethan and you are supposed to have that level of super awesome indestructibility. However, in this one, it feels like you're definitely along for the ride. You're not supposed to have that level of personalization, personal touch with the character as much as you did with Ethan in Biohazard and Village. That's because in those ones you can't see their face, because it is supposed to represent you as the player being Ethan. In this one, however, we get to see Rose's face numerous times because it is supposed to be our progeny, our daughter, and it's to create that sense of connection between you as Ethan and Rose. I feel they've done a very good job in the storytelling of this, and it does lead me to believe that whilst we may not be seeing Ethan anymore, this could in theory open up another Resident Evil game to do with Rose. I feel it's more likely the groundwork for that. And don't forget, guys, to Dino smash that like button. It's greatly appreciated. It really does help the channel. If you guys have played Resident Evil games, Biohazard and or Village, let me know what you think. If you have a difference of opinion on this one, I do love to hear what you guys have to say on this and whether we can share different ideas or have shared the same theories and opinions. But in my opinion on this one, I feel that the way that the DLC was done wasn't in a way of exploring the world of Village anymore. It was exploring Rose more in that premise, because it's trying to build up more information about Rose and who they are as a character and as a person within the Resident Evil world. That is a very good device mechanic, but as it pertains to the world of Village, it doesn't really add much to what was already a very, very good game, in my opinion. It felt like it was missing something, and I feel that might be due to the fact that it's obviously Lady Dimitrescu isn't there, obviously, and it's set in this mindscape. I understand why they didn't put Dimitrescu in there, because of the passing of the person who played them, but it's definitely something that, in my opinion, is done to convey more about who Rose is now as opposed to who they were in Village, and going forward from that, because the way that the DLC is made is it's supposed to try and neaten up the missing pieces of the story that people said they felt was missing at the end of Village. And given all that, I feel that they've done a very good job. People I would recommend this to would be anyone who is a fan of Resident Evil, obviously, anyone who has played the Village game or Biohazard definitely needs to check out both Village and this, because it does give you a nice neat package. Even though it's not a DLC that expands the world, it tidies up any extra questions regarding Rose that people may have had, and I feel like that is definitely something that would appeal to Resident Evil fans, people who've played the previous games, or who jumped in at Village and wanted to know more. I feel like they've done a very good job, and I definitely recommend it to any of those. I would also say this is a great game for people who are streamers, who like spooky stuff, who like Resident Evil. Definitely one that they'd enjoy. It has a lot to give, and it does do it very well. I will say that this game did make me jump quite a bit, and it did cause me to have a little bit of an anxiety attack when I was streaming it. You could check out the stream for that if you want to. I will leave a link in the end credit thing, so you could check that out if you want to. But I definitely think that they did a very good job of it. I really enjoyed it. Great value for money. It's not something that breaks the bank. It's only less than £20, and it's definitely worth the money because it also adds another aspect of mercenaries. That's just my opinion. Please let me know what you think. If you disagree or agree, like it, dislike it, let me know. Sound off in the comments, share it to a friend who might like it, and as always guys, thank you for being here. Remember, be safe, be well, have fun gaming, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.